To build a new app today, you don't start with a blank screen and type every single line of code. That would take years. Instead, developers rely on free, pre-written bundles of code called dependencies. You can think of them like digital building blocks. Need a secure login screen? There's a block for that. Want to add a video player? Just grab that block off the public shelf and snap it right into your application. The entire software industry runs on this system. It relies on a massive, invisible web of trust, an assumption that these free public blocks are perfectly safe to bring inside your company's digital walls. But what happens when a developer unknowingly downloads a trusted block that someone has secretly tampered with? A malicious actor can take a totally normal-looking block, hollow out the inside, and hide a digital trap within it before putting it right back on the public shelf. Because the company invited that block in themselves, the trap easily bypasses their expensive security systems. A billion-dollar digital fortress is suddenly only as strong as the weakest imported block. In early 2026, a highly valued AI recruiting startup named Mercor found itself dealing with exactly this scenario. Mercor processes huge amounts of sensitive job applicant data and handles millions of dollars in daily payouts. To help build their platform, Mercor's developers used a very popular software block called Light LLM. Its job was to seamlessly connect Mercor to different AI providers. Light LLM acts as an AI gateway. It's a central hub that manages the permissions and login details for all the different AI systems and databases a company uses. For an attacker, this hub is a massive shortcut. They don't have to find individual weaknesses in dozens of different systems if they can simply take control of the one tool that's already allowed to talk to all of them. By targeting an integration tool like Light LLM, hackers turn a single background software component into a way to bypass an entire corporate network's defenses. The threat group behind this, known as Team PCP, didn't actually attack Mercor's servers directly. Instead, they targeted the public library where these code blocks are stored and swapped the legitimate versions with poisoned ones. This flowchart illustrates exactly how they pulled it off. At the top, we see the attackers stole the credentials needed to publish Light LLM, allowing them to upload malicious versions of the software directly to the public registry. Moving down the chart, we see the first stage of the trap, execution. The moment a victim runs the software or starts up their system, the hidden code silently wakes up in the background. The final steps show the malware hunting for sensitive login tokens and passwords, encrypting them, and secretly mailing copies back to the attacker's servers. This heist required zero force against Mercor's outer defenses. The company unknowingly carried the thief inside, and the thief simply mailed the necessary access details out the back door. Once the attackers had those credentials, they could move freely through the internal corporate environment, maintaining access long after the initial break-in. Then came the extortion. A separate threat group, known as Lapsus Dollars, publicly announced they had targeted Mercor and obtained highly sensitive internal data. The data exposed in this breach was severe. A sample reviewed by reporters included internal employee chats, tech support tickets, and even videos showing private job interviews between contractors and Mercor's AI systems. Whether Lapsus Dollars worked directly with the first group or simply bought the stolen access from them later, the result was a major corporate crisis triggered by a single compromised background tool. This is a supply chain attack. It's like a thief poisoning the water at the treatment plant instead of trying to break into every individual house in the city. This creates cascade risk. The threat reaches far beyond Mercor's walls. Since Light LLM is a public tool used by developers everywhere, a single poisoned update can compromise thousands of different networks the moment they hit the download button. This forces the company into a full credential exposure event. It's the digital equivalent of every employee's security clearance being leaked online, leaving the firm with no choice but to revoke every password and identity token they own and start over from zero. In the modern digital economy, building a tall wall around your own data is no longer enough to keep you safe. Survival now requires ruthlessly inspecting every single piece of code you invite through your front gate.